Now, if your home is currently listed here in Las Vegas and you're watching showing activity slow down, price reductions happen around you, and buyers seemingly ignore your home altogether, honestly, I know how frustrating that feels. Because one of the biggest conversations happening right now in real estate is this: why are some homes selling quickly while others are barely getting attention? And many sellers are struggling with this emotionally because they genuinely feel like their home should be performing better than it is, especially when the house looks nice, it's in good condition, it's in a decent area, and they've invested money into it over the years. But the reality is, today's Las Vegas market has become much more competitive, much more emotional, and much more strategy driven than many sellers actually realize. So in this video, I want to have a real conversation about why some Las Vegas homes are not selling right now, what buyers are actually paying attention to, and what sellers need to realistically understand if they want to stand out in today's market. Hi, I'm Allison Hammonds with Realty One Group here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I work with buyers, sellers, first-time home buyers, and relocators throughout the Las Vegas area. And my goal with this channel is to keep things honest, helpful, and realistic when it comes to real estate and what's happening in today's market. And if you're thinking about selling your home in Las Vegas, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and follow along, because today's market requires a very different strategy than what worked just a few years ago. One thing I am noticing right now is that many sellers still expect their homes to sell quickly, simply because inventory was moving so fast a few years ago. And I understand why people really do feel that way. Now, for a long time, homes were selling almost immediately. Buyers were competing aggressively, and sellers had a lot more leverage. But today's market feels very different. Buyers are moving slower. They're more cautious. They are comparing more homes to each other. And they're emotionally disconnecting from listings much faster than they used to. That shift does matter, because now simply putting a home on the market is not enough in many situations. One of the biggest things sellers need to understand is that buyers have options, especially here in Las Vegas, where many neighborhoods have similar floor plans, similar layouts, similar communities, similar finishes, and newer construction competition nearby. Some sellers are competing against 5 or even 10 homes online that buyers feel are almost interchangeable. And because buyers are scrolling through homes online so quickly, homes can start blending together very fast for them. A lot of sellers genuinely believe buyers are going to walk into their home and love it the same way they do. But buyers don't have the same emotional attachment. They are comparing your home against dozens of others online within minutes. If the photos don't stand out, if the pricing feels off, if the home feels too similar to several others nearby, buyers often just keep scrolling. And many sellers never even realize that's even happening. And then there's the pricing conversation, which honestly has become emotional for a lot of sellers right now, because many homeowners are emotionally attached to the money that they've invested, past market values, what their neighbors sold for, or what homes were getting during the peak market years. But buyers are looking at today's market, not the market from 2 or 3 years ago. We are past that. Buyers can feel when a home is priced emotionally instead of strategically, especially right now when affordability and monthly payments matter so much to people. That doesn't mean sellers should give their home away by any means, but it does mean pricing strategy matters more than it did before. Another thing I think sellers are struggling with right now is the belief that my home is in good condition, so it should sell quickly. Honestly, maintaining a home properly absolutely matters, but in today's market, good condition alone often isn't enough to create urgency anymore, because buyers are comparing your home against stage listings, heavily marketed listings, upgraded homes, new builds, and dozens of online options at all at the same time. And that's why presentation, marketing, pricing, photography, and strategy matters so much now. And it can't just be one of those, it's got to be them all together, especially online, because buyers usually form their first emotional opinion about a property in seconds of seeing it. I think today's market has become much more psychological than people actually realize. Buyers are nervous, interest rates changed buyer behavior, and affordability has changed buyer behavior as well. Inventory has even changed buyer behavior. And because of that, sellers have to think differently as well. This market is less about simply listing a home and more about positioning, presentation, pricing, emotional connection, and understanding buyer psychology. The homes creating emotional interest are the homes getting the attention. Instead of focusing only on what they hope to get for the home, I think sellers need to start asking, how does my home compare online? What are buyers seeing first? Why would somebody choose my home over another nearby? Does the pricing realistically match today's market? Is the home creating emotional connection online? Because buyers today are making decisions very quickly. And sellers who understand today's buyer mindset are usually the ones who position themselves more successfully. If your home hasn't sold yet, it does not automatically mean it's a bad home. Honestly, I think many sellers take that personally when they shouldn't. Today's Las Vegas market is simply more competitive, more selective, and more strategy driven than it was a few years ago. But homes are still selling every single day. The difference is that the homes performing best right now are usually the ones with the strongest combination of those same things: pricing, presentation, marketing, strategy, and realistic expectations. And I truly believe sellers who adapt to today's market instead of fighting against it are the ones putting themselves in the strongest position moving forward. Now, if you're thinking about selling your home in Las Vegas and want honest guidance about pricing, presentation, strategy, and what buyers are really responding to right now, feel free to reach out anytime. I'm always happy to have a real conversation and help you understand your options without pressure. And if this video helped you in any way, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone else who may be trying to sell their home in today's market. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.